Continuing with our lab work on spatial information science, I am Shahab Fazal and I am associated with Department of Geography at Aligarh Muslim University. In this present lab work, we would explore the QGIS software. In the last session, we explained you the various steps to download the QGIS software into your system. I hope that you all have downloaded the QGIS software and install it in your system. So now we are proceeding further and we are trying, in this particular session, we would be trying to explore the QGIS software. This is very important. You see, you need to explore any software which you are starting or initiating to use. Simply because otherwise, whatever an instructor will be giving you the instructions, you would be following only those instructions. And that way your learning would be limited to only those parts which have been given to you by the instructor. But I would suggest you that before we start our actual lab work, I would suggest you that you should explore the software. You just click on to various menu bar, operational buttons and just check into it as to what functions are possible. And since now you have good knowledge, good idea of various terms which are associated with spatial information, so you would be able to understand as to how and in which way these programs have been designed to use the spatial information. So that is why I am suggesting you that you should explore all by yourself the entire software and try to find out what are the important operations which you can do, various analysis which you can do. So this would be very important. We would be trying to give you some instructions about how to use different operations which is possible in the software, but you should do also all by yourself. That way you would learn more, you would understand more easily when we would be communicating you about the use of this software. So my first submission today is that you should explore the QGIS softwares all by yourself. But still, I would say in this exercise, we will look into the details of QGIS graphic user interface. This exercise will make you familiarizing with the QGIS user interface. As we have already started up the QGIS desktop, we will now see different component in it. So you see, when you will open the QGIS for the first time, it will appear like this. This blank canvas would be appearing. It has many components and I have tried to highlight each one of them. And that will give you a fair idea and how to use these buttons and these operations which are available there in the software. So as seen in this figure, the interface is divided into 5 main components. They are further divided into many more subcomponents also, which will facilitate easy access to the various tools. So now we will go through each component in detail. But I would say that you should explore it all by yourself. So if you can see, this will be open in your system. On your screen, you would be finding this kind of interface available to you. So in the top, it is known as menu bar. You all might be aware of it. So in the menu bar, there are many menu buttons, and each buttons have certain operations which you can do. So the top one is the menu bar. The row below the menu bar is known as the tool bar. So here there would be many tools which would be available in this software. These tools will facilitate you do some kind of operations using these tools. So that we will be discussing later on also, but right now I can only give you an idea that the top list of operations, they are known as menu bar. Below the menu bar, it is the toolbar. Then you would find on the right side white blank view, which is known as map view. So all your work would be displayed on this map view. On the left side, it is map layer. So whatever layers you are using or you are trying to bring into your analysis or for display, that would be displayed within the map layer. And in the lower side, you see there is status bar. It will be giving you some idea about the status of the data which you are showing, which is being visible in this screen, especially in the map view. The status bar would be giving the information about the map, about the display which is being displayed in the map view. So that is what the broader configuration of the interface, QGIS interface, which you can see right now, and we would be looking into the details of each one of them. For example, starting with menu bar. If you recall, menu bar, I said that it is on the top layer of menus which are available in QGIS. It contains several pull down menus. So as I am saying, within the menu bar, there are many sub menus which can be pulled down. Pull down means when you click it, it will pull down, and there would be many operations which you can do on the options which is provided within that menu bar, pull down menu bars. So for example, and which will be required to administrate the project files. It provides access to various QGIS features. Explore each one of them. For example, we start with edit menu. It contains editing functions. And these functions are enabled only when layers are toggled. So within the map layer, when you will click on any specific map, then only you can edit that specific layer. So that's why we are saying that it is known as toggled. In other words, when we enable the map layer, which is displayed on the left side vertical menus, there it is being displayed as map layer. Within that, one layer has to be selected, and any edit operation is to be done. It will be possible only when you select the map. Now you need to be careful, and this is very important, that you need to select appropriate map view which is available in the view also. Otherwise, what will happen? Generally, we can open many maps in the map layer, and we may select some other maps and try to do editing. So if you are doing any if you are editing map, you should be careful that the same map which is to be edited, that is being selected. This is something which you need to be a little careful. My point here is that from the map layer, you need to select the map, then only you would be able to edit the map, edit that layer. Within menu bar, view menu, another menu is known as the view menu. You would, if you are open with your software, you would find that another is the menu bar. Within the menu bar, it is the menu. It contains several tools to map navigation, selecting features, identifying features, measurement tools, contain tools. To manage bookmarks, toolbars and panels, all of these options would be available in this when you pull down the view menu. Another can be the layer. If you see in the menu bar, the next one is the layer. It is another menu, contains various tools to load layers, like it can be vector layer or raster layer. It also facilitates to create new shapefile layer. So when you select create, then you have the opportunity to create new shapefile. You can query the attribute data using query features, which is also you might be witnessing when you pulled it down. Convert layer for one vector layer format to another using save as feature. You can view layer properties, etc. also. So all of them, they are possible within the layer menu. Moving ahead, another menu needs your attention, which may be useful when you learn map creation and require additional datasets and spatial operations to perform. It is known as plugin menu. Actually, this plugin menu makes QGIS more powerful. Plugins are small software components which add a specific ability to QGIS. So I was talking about the QGIS plugins, and as I am saying that these are small software components which add a specific ability to the QGIS application. Various core and third-party plugins can be accessed and managed by using the toolbar. Like you can download OpenStreetMap data here, Google Map also here, which might be very relevant when you would be geo-referencing the map. So I would suggest you that if possible, you should download also the OpenStreetMap data here using the plugins menu. Another vector menu contains various research, analysis, geoprocessing, geometry and data, etc. Tools using which you can do extensive geospatial analysis, but within the vector data, only vector data sets are permitted. So depending on the format you are using for your analysis, if you are using vector data, then you have to select first from the menu bar the vector pull down menu, and from there you can do some kind of analysis only on the vector data format. Similarly, we talked about vector. Another menu which is existing in the menu bar, it is known as raster. So you know that we talked about vector data format, now we are talking about the raster data. So raster menu contains various tools such as georeferencer, which we might be using, interpolation, tools for terrain analysis, zonal statistics, defining projection analysis tools. All of them, they would be visible to you when you pull down the raster menu. So these are all important operations which you can do on only the raster data. Here, this is only for the raster data format. The previous one was only for which is lying in the left of the raster menu, is the vector, that is only for the vector data format. So these two data format have separate menu within the menu bar. The next is the toolbar. Now toolbar is very important tool in QGIS, and if you can see, it provides easy access to all the tools discussed above and with some additional tools for easy interaction with the map canvas. Now there are certain tools which are required for vector data, certain for raster data, and all the tools, they are lying here also. So in a software, especially in QGIS and many other softwares also, one operation can be done through various ways. You can find the same menus in different menus also. So the same operation can be done in different way depending on from where you are convenient to access the operation. So as I am saying that the toolbar has all the tools which we have discussed already. There might be many more also. Each tool in toolbar is associated with a pop-up information. If you hold the mouse pointer on any of the tool for a while, see what happens. Toolbar can be moved and dropped wherever you wish. So you can bring it to right side, left side, anywhere. And you can hide them also. And whenever you want to retrieve it, you can retrieve it through the toolbar menu. Otherwise, you can store it if you are very frequently using the different tools. You can put it on any side of your screen. So checking and unchecking the checkbox in front of tool name will be enable and disable that toolbar respectively. So what I would suggest you that some of the operations using the toolbar may not be directly available. You need to go to the toolbar and select it. Then only that operation can be done. So you need to select it so that you would be able to use them. So you can see in this image that we have selected some of them. So that way you also have to do it depending on the requirement. The next is the map layer. If you see on the left hand side, there is the map layer, and it is also known as the legend layer. It is useful to set visibility of the layer. When you are working with any map, this would be displayed here. But importantly, if you cross it, then it will disappear. So then you have to go to the panel, and then from panel you have to select the map layer, then only it would be displayed on the screen. Otherwise it might disappear also if you click it to disappear. But I would suggest you that you keep it so that you would be knowing as to which are the layers which are available for you in the map view and what map you are operating on or editing or whatever operation you want to do. So that way it's easier for you and important for you to keep it on the any side of your screen, the map layer. It is always recommended to place point layer on line layer and line layer on the polygon layer. So that would be very appropriate for you to rearrange the layer order by just dragging and placing it wherever required. It is simply because that way you would be viewing all these information, all these data layers in the map view, because point would be available, the area, line, that way you would be able to view all of them. Otherwise, if you would pull the polygon layer on the top, then the line layer or point layer would not be visible to you. The checkbox in front of layer name is used to draw off the layer. It is possible to rearrange the layer order by just dragging and placing it wherever you require. So that is why I am saying that this way you would learn as to what to do, how to do. We are trying to convey to you, but it is all on your own practice when you would start doing it as we are explaining to you. Now here it is important to note that it is possible to rearrange the layer order by just dragging and placing it wherever you require. That's an interesting point which I want to make, and you should consider it. Like this. This will be a good example where you can put the point data, line data and the polygon data. With the map layer bar, you can rename the group by right click over the group rename. So that is also a possibility. Add the required layer in that group by using simple drag and drop method. So that is also possible. You can also enable the context menu by right clicking on any of the layers. Context menu varies for different type of layers, like it may be different for raster and different for WMS layer. So all these possibilities are existing there. You need to learn as to how you would be using it and how you would be operating it. Now coming to the map view. It is an important component in QGIS. This selection dedicated for displaying of vector or raster data. It is also referred as map canvas. Any function tool that you perform, the result of the tool will be reflected in the map view or the canvas. So this is the place where you would be viewing all your maps which would be under your analysis or which you want to display. Then another is the status bar, which is at the bottom of your screen. I have zoomed it so that you might have a better idea about it. It displays the current coordinates. You see, once you georeference your map, wherever your cursor will move, the coordinates, the current coordinates where the cursor is moving, that would be displayed over here. There would also be a scale. So these would be an interesting information for each specific or general location within the map view. So that is an interesting thing which I wanted to highlight here. And this is possible only when you have georeferenced the map. Then only the scale will come, and then you would be able to use it. And this might be one of the exercises for you when you would georeference it, and just see as to which coordinate, which location has what coordinate. Then this status bar, it displays the current coordinates, as I am saying. And then you can also have option to rendering and enabling and disabling the disabling map rendering also. That is also possible. It is also here. Either you select it or deselect it, the rendering. Then another is the CRS status. Now, using CRS status, which is existing here, you may found in the bottom layer of your screen. This is the tool which is in the status bar. You can set required coordinate reference system for the projects just for visualization. So that is an interesting thing. CRS status is available here. You can make any modification into it and changes into it if you want to. But if you do the CRS change, status change, then it will be reflected in the map also. So this is what the status bar is all about. Then another is the toggle extent and mouse pointing. This mouse pointing, this is where it will be displayed. It is the tool button. It is used to see the extent of current zoom of the canvas layer. So whatever map view is available, you would be able, when you click on it, you would be able to see the extent of current zoom. So that is also an interesting information which I wanted to give it to you regarding the status bar. So all in all, I would say that you should explore yourself, but the major and important menus and operations which are available in the user interface of QGIS, I tried to give it to you to sensitize you about it so that you can do and perform it.